Hi friends! Each year I think about whether or not I need to be keeping my Costco membership, especially when I get all of those ads in the mail for the other big box stores that have things like curbside pickup that sound really tempting. But when push comes to shove, Costco has so many allergy-friendly options that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be shopping at Costco for years to come. Come along with me while I show you all the products I like to look for when I'm shopping at Costco. We currently have dairy, peanut, some tree nut, mustard, sesame, and shellfish allergies between my husband and my son. And most of these products work for that. I'll do my best to show a wide variety of products, some that may work for people with other allergies instead. I know that is really frustrating when you go to a store thinking a product is safe and then you get to the last ingredient and realize that that is the thing that your child's allergic to. So I'm hoping that I can show you different product labels to help save you time and energy when you're shopping here. I'm not saying that every single one of these products is healthy. I'm not saying that they're things that we buy all the time. But when you're working with limited diets, it's really helpful to know what's available at stores so that you can maybe give a list to your classroom teacher for your child, so you can let family members know where you find things that are safe. And it can just be really helpful when you're going through a rough season to know what prepackaged items are available. Let's get to shopping. Hey friends, when I'm at Costco and I'm going to be doing a lot of looking at labels, I try to always start in the section of the store without the refrigerated frozen items, just to make sure I don't get into a pickle with having things that need to be cold. But here I did find our favorite pitas. These are really awesome. Wheat is the only main allergen on them, and they are a really good deal at $4.29, so you can't beat that price. And also my daughter really loves these mini French rolls. And same thing, wheat is the main allergen in them. There's no sesame label on them either, which we appreciate. And let's see what the price is, $4.99. That's also a really great deal for this kind of bread. So I don't know if any of you have had the issue where you're finding sesame allergen labels listed on everything. We have an anaphylactic sesame allergy in our house, and so I know it is a concern and a frustration, but I do appreciate it that it is on labels, so at least we know the potential risks. Well, we are going to go over to the snack aisle, and there's Christmas music blaring, so I'm going to give you some of my absolute favorite snack items. If you have to be gluten-free, Costco is the place to go. They have these rice ramen noodles for $8.99, and you can make a really easy homemade ramen using chicken broth and add in whatever toppings that you like. This is a really great deal. Costco also has this Banza pasta for $8.69. It says there's 5 8-ounce packages, so if you have to be gluten-free and pea and beans or chickpeas are not a problem for you, this might be something you want to buy. If you are a family who loves rice, which we have definitely been, this is the place to get it. There are all sorts of different kinds of rice up and down the aisle. It is really impressive. We do a lot of sticky rice and a lot of basmati, so here you can get this giant bag, 20 pounds of rice for $20. If you need a baked bar item for your kiddos, I really like these fig bars. Here at Costco, they're $13.99, and wheat is the only major allergen in them. And if you have kiddos that really need to get a lot of calories in, this is a good choice because there's 200 calories per package. These Jones pork sausage have been a real lifesaver for my kiddos when we were on a limited diet, because the only ingredients in them are pork, water, salt, and spices. And so they worked for us when we had to be gluten-free. When we took lots of different things out, we thankfully always were able to eat pork. So even though the price has climbed, as all things have in the last little while, to $12.99, they are still a staple of my home, and I'll keep on buying them. This 4-pound bag of frozen sweet potato fries might be perfect for you too if you have to be gluten-free. They are $7.99. If you can have wheat, soy, and sesame, these chicken pot stickers are delicious. Unfortunately, we realized that they have sesame, and my youngest son is anaphylactic to that, so they're a no-go for us. If you really love pot stickers and have a sesame allergy, Trader Joe's does sell frozen ones as well. The pork pot stickers at Trader Joe's do not have sesame. The others do, but the pork ones have always been safe for us. If you love the Costco hot dogs that you can get at the food counter, they sell them in the refrigerated section too, and they're free of most common allergens. However, if you do have a mustard allergy like my son, they do contain mustard as one of the spice ingredients, so be aware of that. But they're awfully delicious and a pretty good price for $14.99. If you need to be gluten-free but you're able to eat eggs, these muffins might be an awesome choice for you. They are $13.59, but if you need something simple for breakfast in the morning, there's lots of veggies packed in them too. They also have these gluten-free chicken nuggets that are $14.99, so these might be a good choice for you. And here are the ingredients. If you are able to have wheat and soy, these zero slices are delicious. I still haven't heard back from Costco yet whether or not they have sesame or mustard in them, which are the concerns for my kiddo, but my husband and I enjoyed them greatly for dinner tonight. Rotisserie chickens here are one of my favorite easy meal items. If I come to Costco around dinner time, I'll grab it and we'll have it for dinner that night. I'll save the bones and then boil them with water in my Instant Pot to make stock, and then use any leftover meat for chicken salad or going in ramen or anything like that. It is an awesome time saver, and they have kept the price at $4.99 for years. You cannot beat this price. The meat prices at Costco are often better than anywhere else. $3.99 for this ground beef, and it's really good high quality, $88.12. You can't find a deal like that in most places unless it's a loss leader for a store ad. If you're a new Costco shopper, the bakery items are delicious. But if you have a milk allergy, just stay away. You are not going to find hardly anything here that is safe for your family, even though this cinnamon bread right here is my favorite thing in the entire store. Milk, egg, wheat, and soy are the main ingredients. And it's basically, we call it dessert cake at my house, dessert bread, because as delicious as it is not a breakfast item. If you don't have any milk, egg, or wheat allergies though, these croissants are amazing. $6 for all of those awesome croissants. They're so good. Hi friends, it's the next day and I wanted to review with you the things that I got at Costco that we really love, and also some other things that I have previously bought at Costco that I didn't see last night or had already had in my pantry. So here are my Costco faves, and some of these things I didn't see today. So for example, this pumpkin and flaxseed granola by Nature's Path is my absolute favorite. Here are the ingredients. If this is something you can have, I found it in smaller quantities at Trader Joe's, and so that might be something for you. It does not contain nuts or dairy, and so that works well for our family. These organic dried mangoes, I've said before, don't contain any added sugar, which is awesome. These Harvest Snap Pea Crisps were really great for when my son couldn't do dairy or dairy or wheat. Those are labeled gluten-free, as well as the tortilla chips. There are a few different tortilla chips, corn tortilla chips available at Costco. There's also an organic one that's, I think, only $1 more than this one. I could not find these today, but these Bibigo sticky rice bowls are super convenient if you're traveling. We also use them if we're eating a meal that my child with food allergies can't have. Rice is his favorite meal by far, so oftentimes he will ask for one of these microwaved with either some veggies or leftover meat or tofuti on top, and that is, obviously it's not the cheapest way to eat rice at all, but it adds the convenient factor when I don't have leftover rice available. I use the Kirkland coconut oil a lot for baking. Their maple syrup price really can't be beat. These Pure Organics layered fruit bars are not the lowest in sugar item. There's 12 grams of sugar, 5 added sugar. Here's the ingredients. But if you're comparing it to like the fruit strips you can buy at Aldi and other places, Aldi and Target both have like those leather fruit strips. They're pretty similar, and these are kind of a mixture. They're really tasty. For those of you who know the Made Good brand well, the price on these cannot be beat at Costco. This is not a budget option, but if you are somebody who loves tasty sauce, is it Rao's? Not sure how you say it, but this we use for when we travel as like a special meal item. So here are the ingredients. It has limited ingredients, which is really nice because I'm always worried about spice ingredients with our mustard allergy. If you are able to eat these particular Unreal bars, they are super tasty. They contain coconut, cassava, dark chocolate, sugar, and cocoa butter, vanilla. So there is a larger allergen warning statement for cross-contamination, so that may not work for everybody, but they only have 3 grams of sugar, and here, I'll show you one. They come in a little pre-packaged, and so there's only 3 grams of sugar in this tasty little morsel, and it tastes very similar to a Mounds bar. So if you like a Mounds, but you need to have something dairy-free, these are pretty tasty. These are leftover from a trip we took a few weeks ago. And oh, I don't want to forget the bread option. So I got these breads a few weeks ago, and unfortunately I don't have the part of we ate the one that had the label of ingredients, but I'm pretty sure it was only wheat and soy ingredients, and they're par baked. And so when we went on a trip where we stayed at an Airbnb, and this was super convenient. We just tossed them in the oven on some tin foil to make sure there was no cross-contamination issue with what other people put in the oven, and we had super tasty bread in just 10 minutes, and it tasted as good as homemade, or better if you don't get along with your oven like me and keep burning your homemade bread. So all right, everyone. Oh, the last 2 items that I really love here. We get these Skinny Pop bags a lot for if we're traveling or out of the house, because they only contain sunflower oil, popcorn, and salt. It is a very convenient item too for school class parties because that covers most allergens, obviously not if you have a corn allergy. And then these Z bars, I didn't see this last night at Costco, but we haven't had a problem with the cross-contamination warning, although we use this for our kiddos that don't have allergies. They eat these around the house, and I'm not having to worry as much about if there's nuts and things, because most granola bars tend to have nuts. And so that way at least I know that they are safe to be around, and my kiddo with allergies, he doesn't like them anyways. I mean, they're tasty, but if he had to make a choice, he would eat the strawberry ones from the Good and Gather line at Target. 2 other items I wanted to add in with a disclaimer is, one are these Kirkland Signature chocolate chips. I've been buying them for a few years now, and I purchased them because in the ingredient list, it is a simple list with just, let's see, what does it say? Just cocoa, sugar, and soy lecithin and vanilla. However, there is a much longer allergen statement. So for those of you that are concerned with the cross-contamination warning, the only anaphylactic allergies we have that we know of right now in our house are sesame and shellfish. And so we haven't had any problems in our personal circumstance with cross-contamination. And so these work really well for us. And there are, how many pounds? 4.5 pounds of chocolate chips. And these have been a real money saver for us. If you can't do these, there are so many other dairy-free, allergy-friendly options out there now, which is awesome. Trader Joe's has ones that are dairy-free. as well as always Enjoy Life. You can find those a lot of places too. So the one thing about these is that I have not been seeing them in stores lately, and I don't know if they're getting rid of this product or not. I was able to go ahead and buy them online, and so because it was such a savings, I just went ahead and bought a couple bags. So I'm set for basically the next year, but that was before I realized that Trader Joe's are also dairy-free. So it might come out to a very similar price per pound if you looked at it that way. But the other item that I found tonight that I have to do some more calling on is the Chex Mix. It says bagel is back. Bagel chips. My family's never really been huge into Chex Mix, but here's the ingredient label. The only reason I say this with reservations is because since my son does have a mustard allergy, I'm going to call either Costco or Chex Mix, General Mills themselves, and double check if this is safer for my youngest son. This kind of thing I'm pretty careful with just because he's more likely to want to sample it than some of the other things. And so we always set these aside and make sure we call so we know and can tell him ahead of time if they're safe for him or not. But if your family is dairy-free, and what cross-contamination? Oh, there were no cross-contamination warnings on here. So if your family is dairy-free, this might be a great choice for you. As well as you can always, make your own homemade versions. But I know we always have to make choices about what homemade things we put our time and energy into. So this might be a good choice for you. I hope you found a few more new items that you can add to your grocery list for when you're shopping at Costco. As always, remember, you too can have your happily ever after, even with your food allergies. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss any new content.